Hello. I'm going to start tonight with a new one. I said online that I'd be putting on some new shit, as they say in the online poetry world. And this one's called Not Drowning. I am significant, screamed the speck of dust to anyone who would listen. It shouted by the river, yelled out to the sea, high in the mountains. Even the echo refused to respond. I have nothing, no thing. One thought goes a long way, stretching towards infinity, it seems. Like a restless, borderless, endless dream, an echo that continues, barely audible into. I have nothing. My mind is a blank, a redundant bank, cashless, hopeless, less than zero, worth less than less. An empty, safe, a place of non-existence, except these words. And with these very words, there are proof that I am significant, even though you in your high and mighty supposed haughtiness don't listen. And if you don't listen, if you won't listen, then these words aren't meant for you. I will continue to swim against the tide if I have to. I am significant, screamed the speck of dust, swimming in a sea of equality. I'm going to do another one, give me 2 seconds. This is one called A Desolation of Poets. It's my contribution to a new film that I've just finished making, well, almost finished making, which will be out next couple of weeks, hopefully. And the idea was to get a bunch of poets to interpret in their way what desolation means, because, you know, this is a collective noun for poets, a desolation of poets. Well, I decided. Desolation, isolation, whether real or in the mind, empty buildings, lonely landscapes, memories left behind, crumbling granite, broken fences, fields where deer have made their home, local history, forgotten families, the ghosts of time are all alone. Crofts and stables, old mills crumbled by the burns and ruined barns, chatting neighbours, helpful strangers haunt the ruins of the farm. Wind blows through walls that were strong once, now only full of holes. The past is a lonely place, but it comes to us all. Crumbling ravages of time, forgotten gardens long untended, cattle pasture, wild deer roaming, rotten fences still unmended. Blood-stained pavements, tiny coffins, weeping parents vanish into the past. Places of worship, petrol stations, nothing left now. How long, we ask? Desolation, isolation, whether real or in the mind. Empty buildings, lonely landscapes, memories left behind. And we shall carry on, thank you, with another one. If I can find it, there we go, sorry. This one's called American Gods. I've probably done it before, but I like doing this one. Braggadocious swing rock playing, you are dancing in the sun. The stench of a broken heart prevails. There's sadness in the funeral home. The women are mourning for a once forgotten son. You may think that it doesn't have to, but the world will keep on changing even if you stay standing still. You lost it all because you left it all. Don't you remember? Don't you recall? Fear is fiction. If it's real in your mind, it's real in the world. You let Wednesday sneak out the front door while with death you were preoccupied. Sadness is a feeling that even a dazzle of zebras can get when a lion takes one of their young. Separate hearts that once beat in time, now one rides the elevator to afterlife, where they have to acknowledge the truth before moving on. The other sitting, sighing in a cinema, watching movies made for one. Retreating from reality, yellow lilies, worn white roses stepping out of the screen between ashes and demons, and the shadow moon, gone, sometimes forgotten, but you remember what it's been. King Cotton, not your memory, but your history so long ago. The past remains in the present, haunted by the haunters, when we are all different birds flying in the same sky. Dropping out, falling down, mourning the forgotten, forgetting the morning when it all went wrong. When the flight feathers were clipped, because they wanted you to stop flying, to stop you trying to be you. Controlling your living, in control of your death, pulling, sucking out your very last breath. Money lenders, avarice angel whispering, stop dancing, we know what you know. You looked away for a second, knowing his last breath was coming, and you missed that moment in time. Then the music stopped, the sun went out. That's when the beat went in the box and became that memory. And this is a companion piece to that one. It's called Requiem for a Memory. I was ambushed by an enemy I didn't know. But tomorrow is soon enough to say goodbye as the fireflies dance around the moon. Your leaving came far too soon, going back to where we first met, as you turned into flowers and floated off into the sky. Like Icarus returning flaming to earth, down into the land of ice and snow, every journey starts with a single move. And I thanked you for the skates and dinner in your room, accident, impulse, let go. And I fell on my arse and you helped me up and showed me my worth. Cruel fate offers so few opportunities to connect. And I opened the book with both hands, turning the pages one by one by one, standing on ice tougher than stone. As each day passed, my Bambi legs got stronger, my foibles and flows I learned to respect. The drum beats came, and we danced until dawn, then stood on the grey shore, close to the tide, watching the future come in and recede, feeling more secure than I've ever believed. Part of something for the first time, in it for the long haul, remembering this, now you are gone. Thank you. We're going to do, let me see, what will I do? The trouble is I never remember what I've done before. I'm going to do this one, and I think I've done it before, and it's, this one's in my new book, which will be out pretty damn soon. It's at the printers just now. And this one's in the section called Hearing in the book, and this one's called Closed Captions, English Standard. I wear hearing aids, and am what they call profoundly deaf. I hear, but sometimes have difficulty picking out what the actual words that people are saying. I find it hard sometimes to catch all the words that my fellow poets and musicians are saying when they do their reading and singing. I wish the world came with subtitles. It's bad in my taxi with masks in the screen in between me and my passengers to get them to speak clearly and give me their destination. I wish the world gave me subtitles. Watching TV, it's great when the programs have closed captions, but I hate it when they don't, or some on-demand shows don't, or when the words are behind the actual audio. I wish the world came with subtitles. In this constantly masked off world, concessions are made for many. But city centres are blocked off for disabled people. And deaf people can get out, but can't see what you are saying. I wish the world came with subtitles. I play my music too loud. My radio goes on too loud. My podcasts go on too loud. I'm not too proud if you ask me to turn it down. I don't know. I don't realise. I can't be sure how it sounds to you. I know how it sounds to me. Loud. But not too. I wish the world came with subtitles. I mean, hearing aids aren't perfect. They don't make things normal. They help. I'm not ignoring you. Your words are important. They're very important. It's just, well, I can't explain, which is strange for one who uses words to make a point, tell a story, let you know. I'm sorry. I wish the world came with subtitles. I take them out, almost silence. Can barely hear the washing machine, the noisy washing machine when I'm in the kitchen beside it. The morning alarm. It rings for ages to summon my wife, waking her when she doesn't need to be awake. I don't hear it until it gradually gets louder. I wish the world came with subtitles. I wasn't born this way. It's hereditary. My grandma on my father's side, then my dad, but he never went and seen about it, then me, now my daughter. My grandma's eye was big and hung on a strap beneath her top. It squeaked feedback when you went too close. You had to speak into the box at times to be heard in a world before subtitles. I do sometimes enjoy the silence, switching mine off or taking them out and being alone in my head. Enjoy the silence of being at one with me. But then I still need to know when I get shouted down for tea. And yes, I realise that I should check to see if the volume on my phone is up. But wouldn't it be great if the world came with subtitles? Floating in the air, words destined for only the people they are meant for. Or flick an imaginary switch and you can see everybody's words. Floating, soaring, shouting, swearing, counting, caring. Perfect for finding words for a found poem. The silence of constant chatter in a world where words do matter. Choose your font, choose your language, hit translate. Was that? Too late. Your word escaped in the breeze to hide amongst the trees. A world, not perfect, but with subtitles. And that's all from me for this week. Thank you. In a couple of weeks. Thanks for having me, guys.